Welcome to the Hot Bitch. This is Hayes Arcade, your hardcore casual fan. It's been officially a year since I predicted WrestleMania 41 a year in advance. Well, today I'm going to look at how good or bad my predictions were. With that being said, let's go. So, WrestleMania 40 has concluded, which, in my opinion, is one of the greatest WrestleManias of all time.
Facts.
And now we're a year away from WrestleMania 41, which we still don't even know where it's going to be held at. Which, God, please let it not be in a cold city. We knew going out of WrestleMania 39 that the main event was going to be Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, for a sequel. So now it got me to thinking, well, what does WrestleMania 41 look like? I created a card that I think could definitely happen. I think will be dope a year from now at WrestleMania 41. Starting off with the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame will have its
I think for sure I would have said Cena, right? I think in my brain, I think I said Cena. I don't know why. I think for sure. I think I said Cena.
liner, and I think it's definitely well-deserved. Mr. You Can't See Me, John Cena.
Yeah.
Give him his flowers. Allow him to get his appreciation at the Hall of Fame. But because of this, it sets up what he will do at WrestleMania as he will take on Randall Keith Orton. Yes, I think we'll finally get the match that people over the past years has kind of been a buzz about. We need to finally get Randy Orton and John Cena at WrestleMania, something that we never got one-on-one. And I think you could basically tell the story that Randy Orton feels like he's the one that should be in the Hall of Fame. He's the one that had to come back after a near career-ending back injury. He's the one that's been there every single night for 20 years straight. He should be the one getting the appreciation after putting over young talent, new guys, and he's basically jealous. It feels like he was the guy back in the day, not John Cena.
Okay, I was like, why did I put John Cena in the Hall of Fame? Like, because I'm not a big John Cena fan, so I'm like, why do I care if he's in the Hall of Fame or not? It's to build to this match. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I don't think I did career versus career. I think that's just a picture I could find. But yeah, that made a lot of sense to me at the time. Before I knew Cena was even. This is before we even knew Cena was going to officially retire after this year. But also, I thought Randy Orton is so much better as a heel. He's just so much better as a heel. Like, and the fact that we never got Cena versus Randy Orton, kind of similar to what they did with Orton and Edge at WrestleMania 36, is like, let them have their match. and allow them to just do what they're gonna do. So I'm still not mad at this, actually. Like, that's a good prediction so far out the gate.
He was the one that terrorized John Cena every single night. If anybody deserves to be the face of the Hall of Fame, it is him. Next we get, of course, Logan Paul.
Okay.
We're going to get Logan Paul. It's just as much as I don't like the guy personally, he is pure entertainment. He's great for sponsors.
That's debatable.
You got to have him at WrestleMania. And if you got to have him at WrestleMania,
I have no idea what I said
who
here.
better to take on than the phenomenal AJ Styles? Part of the back of my mind, I was like, I feel like
I actually called that? What made me do that? Well, let me hear what I had to say, because I have no idea what made me say that.
this match happened before, did it not? But I don't think it has. If anybody can carry Logan Paul to a great match or a solid match, as well as be able to compete with him with aerial moves, it's AJ Styles.
Wow.
So I think AJ Styles, Logan Paul is definitely a match that can happen and will be feasible and will be solid.
Wow, I really called that. That's fire. I didn't think I didn't know what I called for Logan Paul, because I despise Logan Paul so much. I was surprised I even put him at WrestleMania next year. So that's dope. I didn't think I was going to call that. LA Knight, I have no idea what I have for him.
We have
No idea.
LA Knight,
Yeah.
versus the almighty Bobby Lashley. A match that we almost got 2 years prior at WrestleMania 39, but never quite got it.
Yeah.
I think this is truly a clash of the Titans right here that I think will be a dope match for both guys. Next, we have your women's.
Wow. Did I have the Money in the Bank? I didn't bring it up in the video, but why would I have the Money in the Bank thing right there? Unless I thought he was going to win Money in the Bank. Interesting. I don't mind that, actually. This is, yeah. I mean, Bobby Lashley's now in AEW. LA Knight is US champion. But I'm not mad at my prediction here. It would have. I'm not mad at it.
Right here that I think will be a dope match for both guys. Next, we have your women's WWE champion, Tiffany Stratton. Yes, Tiffany Stratton going one-on-one with Charlotte. Yes, Charlotte. I think this. We all predicted this. I think when we saw Charlotte was out for a year, we said there's no way they don't do Tiffany Stratton, who I think just got called up about a couple weeks prior to WrestleMania 40, and we're like, oh, they got to do this match. Like it's just too perfect. Both are blonde, both are athletic as all hell, arrogant. Like they got to do this mirror match of Tiffany and Charlotte. Now we didn't know the actual feud would go the way that it's going right now, but I'm not patting myself on the back for this one. We all predicted this one, so. But yeah. I don't think she's had a match at WrestleMania that was not for the championship, and I don't think she's had a match at WrestleMania to where she wasn't the champion outside of, I believe, WrestleMania 33. She has not had a match to where she wasn't the champion or in a championship match. Well, we're going to continue that tradition, but this time she is the challenger. And you tell the story that Tiffany Stratton is younger, faster, stronger, and Charlotte might have finally met her match. Does Charlotte have it anymore after a ACL injury? Does she have it anymore? Can she still go?
See, that would have been a way better story than what they're telling right now. But also, that's a babyface story where Charlotte is horrible at being a babyface because she can't show ass. Now, when I say show ass, I don't mean like twerking or whatever. Like, be vulnerable. Like, Charlotte would have to be vulnerable for that storyline to work. But Charlotte is so like maybe the first promo she brought back when she said, "I miss you guys," like when she did that promo, even though she was getting booed, that's the closest we got to her actually showing vulnerability. But after that, it's like she can't show that she's vulnerable. She can't, like, she's been going a year. They have yet to do anything about her leg or her knee or her, like, maybe they did it in the Rumble, but then they never brought it up again. Like, it's just, yeah, it is what it is, bro. But yeah.
Also, we have Becky Lynch with her husband Seth Rollins.
Oh, okay.
Versus Bianca Belair.
Oh, snap.
And her husband Montez Ford.
Oh, I like this one.
I think
that would have been cool.
Is much needed. I can see a scenario to where both Seth and Becky turn heel within the year of 2024. I just think both characters are kind of stale, and I think they both need a attitude adjustment. Shout out to John Cena once again. And I can definitely see them going back to their 2022 days of being cocky, arrogant, feeling like nobody can touch them. And you have Bianca and Montez who are over with the fans, even though you can make the argument that Bianca also needs to turn. I think we can pull it off just one more year. I think she had one more year. We can put it off one more year. But you can also change up Bianca's character up a little bit, make her more the Bianca from NXT, and you have Montez Ford, who finally breaks away from the Street Profits, becomes his own man. You have a rivalry between Seth and Montez, which I think could feed generations.
That would have been fire.
And you continue the story of Bianca and Becky from some years prior at WrestleMania 38, a mixed tag match at WrestleMania between these four individuals. I think they're going to put on a show and still.
that actually like that. I really like that. One, Bianca, I think it was more of I was trying to find a way to get Montez Ford to break away from the tag team of the Street Profits. And I'm like, well, even if I do that, I think doing a singles match is probably not going to happen. So I'm like, how did they do that? Have him still in a team, but now it's his girl, his wife. That's probably the vehicle of how I got here. I'm like, what would make me even go there? So I actually really like this, and you can really do whatever here in this match. Even though Bianca's undefeated, you can be like, well, Becky lost at 38, so it's a foregone conclusion that they're going to lose here. So I really like this, and plus I didn't see. I'm actually shocked I didn't do Punk Seth here. Like, I'm actually really, really shocked. Now I'm wondering what I have for Punk. Because I thought for sure I said Seth versus Punk. Because that was like the hot thing. So I'm wondering what I have for Punk now. I have no idea.
The show. And speaking of still in the show, we have our IC ladder match with your champion being It's Just Me, Oos.
Oh,
Day one, it's just me, Oos. Day one, yeah. Jey Uso is your Intercontinental champion.
I'm not mad at that.
And is defending the championship in a 6-man ladder match. And input whoever you want in there. Next, we have
okay, I got lazy with that one. I got lazy with that one. But the major thing is, Jey Uso being the IC champion made a lot of sense to me, especially after, even though the match was horrible, he was still had a lot of hype around him. He was just starting to get to that. I think after Backlash, when he went to France, when that whole crowd went crazy, is when the Yeet movement really took off. This is like right before that, but I said they got to put a title on Jey, whether it's a U.S. title, IC title. I did not see a world title in his future around this time. I just didn't see it happening. But I'm like, they got to put a title on him. And I think, again, because I was there from the beginning when they started the story between him and Roman following SummerSlam 2020, I'm like, they got to put a singles title on him. But yeah, I'm kind of disappointed I didn't actually give the opponents. I got lazy on that one, but I'm not mad at that one. Ladder match, Jey Uso defending his IC title. I'm not mad at that.
other women's match for the WWE Women's
here?
World Heavyweight Championship.
Oh my God, who do I have here?
Your champion, Mommy and Rhea Bloody Ripley versus ain't no big three bitches, big me, Jade Cargill. Yes, this is the moment to where Rhea, who part of me doesn't want her to have the championship for 2 years. I feel like maybe she should lose it sometime in 2024 and get it back by 2025. But Rhea, who's been one of the most dominant women's champion we've had in years, going up against Jade, who is an up-and-coming star who just got to the WWE not longer than a year and a half ago. And now we're going to see who is the true dominant female in the women's division.
Wow, I'm shocked I didn't do Bianca. Because for those that don't know, I've really been wanting Bianca versus Rhea at WrestleMania. I'm shocked I didn't do that. Even though I had Montez and Bianca together, I'm shocked I sacrificed that for the match I really wanted, which is Rhea versus Bianca. Like, I'm actually shocked I did not book that. But Jade and Rhea, I really like that. Like, Jade versus Rhea, I really like that. I don't know why my brain, like, I put Jade, Jade, this coming off of her big debut at Rumble, and she's made her like a star up to this point. She got the match win at WrestleMania 40. I'm like, oh yeah, they're going to shoot her to the moon. So in my brain, I'm like, they're probably going to have her win the Rumble and go from there. And Rhea at this time was still a heel. So I'm thinking heel Rhea versus a face Jade. I'm not mad at that one. I like that.
Next, we get our big meaty men slapping meat match. We get your U.S. champion in Solo Sikoa.
That's
versus
crazy.
Bronson Reed.
I like that.
Yes. We get our big meaty men slapping meat match.
Shout out Big E.
Between Big Bronson Reed and Solo, who are both talented, that have been overlooked over the past 2 years, that get their proper time with, probably by this time Solo will be Solo Dolo, be on his own.
Not really. No, I can't go. Like, he broke away from Roman, but I can't give. He wasn't Solo, so that not there. My prediction's off. But if you squint your eyes, it kind of look like Jacob Fatu. Even though Jacob Fatu and Solo are not feuding, they're kind of feuding over the U.S. title. So I kind of get like a half a point on that one. Man, shout out to Bronson Reed. I hope he comes back soon.
And you'll have Bronson Reed, who's always been on his own, and you just have these guys just knock the piss out of each other at WrestleMania.
I like that, yeah.
That is going to be a match that I think will be must see.
Okay.
And now we get the proper main events that I think will happen night 1
Plural?
and night 2.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
The main event of night 1.
Okay.
The World Heavyweight Champion Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk. Yes.
Okay.
Drew McIntyre that found a way to get his title back sometime in 2024, has re-signed with the WWE after threatening not to come back and do a CM Punk. Wins the title and becomes dominant. Truly dominant, even more than what Seth Rollins did a year prior. And you have a CM Punk coming back, trying to regain and reclaim his spot as the best in the world.
Okay, so in my brain, because originally the plan was to do Seth versus Punk at WrestleMania at 40, I thought they're probably going to do that match at SummerSlam, and they're going to do that feud in 2024 and eventually get back to Drew versus Punk, because in my brain, I'm like, Drew's contract is coming up. We don't know if he's going to come back. So him win the title and do a CM Punk leading up to Punk versus Drew. Okay, that was, okay. Because I'm like, I'm shocked I didn't do Seth versus Punk, but in my brain, they were going to do that match. So I'm actually kind of hoping this was still the case here. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of hoping that was the case. Cause Drew just, man, he's been so good. That feud was so good. The fact that they were able to make a feud last for 10 months with Punk being injured for like 7 months of it is insane to me. And if this was during the Vince era, he definitely would have added the title on this feud and took it off of whoever was the champion, like he does with almost every feud. Whatever the hot feud is, whoever's the champion, they're taking the title off of them and putting it on the hot feud. So I low-key wish they would have did that, I'm not going to lie. But, I'm not mad at this, especially what they did at WrestleMania with Punk keeping Drew from keeping his title. Yeah, I'm not mad at this one.
And the only way to do that is not only main event WrestleMania for the first time in his career, but get a title that has eluded him since he's come back to the WWE. It will be a story that writes itself. These guys truly hate each other and want to win more than anything else in the world. Yeah. And I think Drew versus Punk in the main event of night 1 for the World Heavyweight Championship again will feed family.
It did.
You feel me?
It did.
And then the semi-main event of night 2.
I know what this is.
WrestleMania 41.
I know what this is.
I think it's clear as day.
Okay.
It's clear as day. It is the match to determine who is the true tribal chief. We have The Rock versus Roman Reigns. I think they're going to tell the story that The Rock will declare that he is now the true tribal chief after Roman Reigns lost at WrestleMania. And now Roman, after losing everything, has to fight back to claim what is his, starting with getting back the title of being the tribal chief. And he does that by facing The Rock at WrestleMania.
Now, that would have made way more sense than what it did. Like, I knew what they were going to do in regards to Roman with the Ula Fala. I knew that was going to be the story progression with Roman Reigns. I just thought it was going to be the final match he has after facing Solo or whoever would have been him versus The Rock, which makes a lot more sense. I know they teased Rock. I'm actually shocked. I think in my brain, because they teased Rock versus Cody after WrestleMania, I'm like, everybody was like, oh, it's going to be Rock and Cody at WrestleMania. I'm like, I don't see that. I think the bigger story is him versus Roman. So I think Rock and Cody happens at WrestleMania. Somehow like Roman screws Rock, and then like Roman screws Rock, and then they set up that match. It's so weird because it's like we could have got this match. It's like if Cody just would have won at 39, we could have got this, and we would have been off to the races. But if we do that, we don't get the final boss Rock. Which do you sacrifice not getting final boss Rock to get this match? I don't know. Like, I'm still conflicted. Like, I'll forever, like, if we never get this match, I'm going to forever be like, man, what happens if we would have actually just did that match? Like, that's always just going to be probably one of the biggest what ifs. But it is what it is, though.
And then in the main event, we have your WWE champion.
I was wondering where Gunther was.
Cody Rhodes.
I like that.
Cody Rhodes, who is your WWE champion, against your Royal Rumble winner in
I like that.
Gunther.
Yeah.
Gunther, who at one time was the World Heavyweight Champion, but lost it in a multi-man match, now goes after the WWE Championship.
Oh, I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh yeah, so so I did call Gunther becoming world champion at some point, losing it, and then going after the WWE title. Okay, that was like, in my brain, I'm like, so after Gunther lost the IC title, what was he doing for a whole year? Like, so I had him win the world title and then losing the multi-man match. So, okay, I actually really like that. Like, I was trying to think of who could be the biggest adversary for Cody now that he's conquered Roman. It's like, well, put him against Gunther. Gunther is the closest thing to Roman in terms of just this unstoppable force. So I actually really like that.
They're winning the Royal Rumble, and now Cody Rhodes, who has dethroned Roman Reigns, now must try everything in his power to keep his title against one of the most dominant men in the history of the WWE, and Gunther. This is your main event for WrestleMania 41. I think this will be and could be the card for WrestleMania 41.
So, okay, yeah, I'm not mad at any of those. I'm still shocked I didn't do Punk versus Seth. I thought for sure I would have did Punk versus Seth or Punk versus Cody in my brain, because I really love the promo they did going into Royal Rumble 2024. But everything else tracks. Yeah, so I'm not mad at my predictions. I only got a couple right, though. I got Tiffany and Charlotte, which that was a gimme. And then what was the other one I got right? Logan and AJ. Still, I don't know where I pulled that from, but yeah, I think that's the only one I got right. So, hey, That's why I don't gamble or do the lotto, because yeah, that's the only one I got right. So yeah, I'm interested to see what I feel coming out of WrestleMania 41, what my predictions will be for 42. But like, comment, you know what? My card compared to the actual card, how do I feel? I think that will be a proper thing to state. Well, it's predictions, so, but my predictions, I think, are better, to be honest with you, outside of maybe, because I'm shocked I did not do Bianca versus Rhea. Outside of not doing that, I think I do like my card better than the card we currently have. But it is what it is. Like, comment, subscribe, share other things are the things. Welcome to the High Beach. This is Hayes Arcade, your hardcore casual fan. And if you're not down with that, I got 2 words for you. Suck it.
I'm the best. I'm the best in the world.